It's time to revisit the open throat. And this is a very confusing term because it means different things to different people, and how much open throat depends upon what style and what sound you want. So you see, it's not a one-size-fits-all. Let's find out how much open throat is right for you. And then we will do 5 important exercises, and then I will demo as I sing in different styles. We're gonna pack a lot in one short video. Welcome back to another edition of Victoria's Vocal Tips. 32 years of teaching voice, 44 years of studying voice, all different styles. My students have ranged from ultra beginners all the way through advanced touring professionals, voice teachers, choral directors, and competition winners. I always give you serious vocal technique made simple and fun. First, let's discuss the difference between the open throat and the open mouth. This is your mouth up front. Throat is in the back. Your throat is behind your tongue, behind the larynx, behind the soft palate. But to illustrate my point, I would like you to open your mouth and drop the jaw to its fullest extent and see how it feels. Does that feel open? No. That actually closes your throat. So know the difference between your open throat and just opening your mouth. Now, let's experience the different levels of the open throat so you can find what's right for you. One of the images commonly used is the beginning of a yawn, but I want to take it a little further, and I'm going to say thinking about a yawn. Let's say you're in class or in a meeting and it's really boring and you're afraid you're going to yawn, but you don't want anybody to see. Again, it just sounds like normal conversation. The larynx is just sitting neutral. The soft palate may arch a teeny tiny bit. Now, let's go further into the beginning of a yawn, not the middle of a yawn. So, beginning of a yawn is this. Let's do it. So what does this do? Now you feel your larynx lower a little bit more, the arch of the soft palate is a little higher, and there's a little bit more opening in the back of the throat. And so we do this for a little bit darker, fuller tone. It'll sound like this. Ah, I see. Now instead of the yawn, you could think about getting ready to sneeze, or the look of joyful surprise. Hello. Position 1, thinking about the yawn, and position 2, the beginning of a yawn, would typically be used for a natural conversational sound, such as found in pop and other commercial style singing. Now, let's go a little bit further into the yawn. Ah, I see. What does this do? Well, we have a little bit more space in the vocal tract, so we have a darker, fuller sound with more bloom, usually used for opera, operetta, golden age musical theater, and some jazz. Now, let's go a lot further. Let's go into the full-blown yawn like this. Ah, I see. What do you feel? The full-blown yawn is too much. The full-blown yawn pushes your tongue down and depresses your larynx, but some of you are singing like that and you don't realize it. Now, let's go to the opposite extreme. I want you to swallow and see what your throat feels like, and then speak like this. Ah, I see. Let's do it. Ah, I see. Those are your swallowing muscles that should never be involved in singing because that is tight. So you see, how much open throat depends upon the style and the sound that you want. I have a lot of other videos on this, so see my other video called Open Throat, How Open. Also, see my video on positions of the larynx and my playlist on resonance. I will enclose all the links in the description box below. So we're going to work with the ah vowel. I want you to experiment with all of the positions we just went through with the open throat to find the ah vowel that's right for you. Record yourself and listen back. And this is an excellent way to practice. Plus, like I always say, it teaches you how to be your own voice teacher in between lessons. So here's an example of my pop sounding ah. So this would be with just the very beginning of a yawn, like this. Ah. But if I wanted to sing opera, I would go further into the space. Ah. This takes us to exercise 1, a glide over a fifth. Like this, my pop style would be ah. Opera would be ah. You choose. Now, super important note. You must breathe into the space that you need for the throat, or else you'll be singing with a tight throat and it will be too late. So in other words, if I want to sing with the beginning of a yawn, I got to breathe into that space. Ah. If I want to sing with more yawn, I got to breathe into that space. Ah. I want to make sure you know what you're doing. You have your appropriate degree of open throat back here, and we're pronouncing the ah up here, primarily with our lips and tongue. So let's do the exercise again. Ah. 2 more. Ah. Or I'll do it up here with the higher voices. Ah. 1 more. Ah. Okay, it's time to go on to other vowels. Exercise 2. We're going to start on ah, and then we're going to switch to eh, like this. Ah. So what am I doing? I am not upsetting my open and free throat. I'm making the vowel changes in the front. Let's go. Ah. 1 more. Keep going. So we did ah, we did eh, now it's time for e. Listen. E. Make sure you don't get tight on e. You pronounce up here, leave your open throat alone. Here we go. E. I'll do it up here. 1 more. E. Great. It's time for O. Listen. Oh. All I did was change my lips. Here we go. Oh. Keep going. Oh. Sing. Oh. And finally, we have the oo vowel, which is a tricky vowel for a lot of people because they close their throat and they go ooh instead of ooh. Listen. Ooh. Here we go. Ooh. Sing. Ooh. 1 more. Ooh. Your vowels are super important because we sing on vowels. So if you need more help, see my playlist on vowels in singing. And if you are plagued by a tight throat, see my playlist on the tight throat. Now I will demonstrate different degrees of the open throat depending upon the style and sound that I'm singing. Here's just thinking about a yawn. Look at me, I will never pass for a perfect bride. Now, if I want a fuller tone, maybe I want to start building, then I'm going to go into the beginning of a yawn just a little bit more. Now I see that if I were truly to be myself. Okay, maybe I want to sing some Golden Age or traditional musical theater, which is closer to a classical production. Then I'm going to go a little bit further into the open throat. Tonight, tonight won't be just any night. Now for opera, I'm going to want more bloom, more opulence in the tone. So I'm going to need a little bit more open throat space. So as you see, we have different options of our open throat, which then affects the sound of the vowel for different styles. In my audio exercise training program, Victoria's vocal exercise program, I give you tons of exercises for different styles and for different vowel colors and textures. So if you still haven't gotten it yet, see the link below. Don't forget, it's super affordable for all different voice types. Plus, I do regular group classes with members. So sign up right away. It is now time for Victoria's Wisdom. You must understand the different degrees of the open throat for the sound and style that you want. Be a master of your own voice. I hope you have enjoyed another edition of Victoria's Vocal Tips. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends. Leave me some comments. Leave me some thumbs up. Don't forget to follow me on social media and keep practicing for vocal freedom in whatever style you choose. And I look forward to seeing everyone again very soon.